Liverpool win again. Mentality monsters is exactly what this team are. Beating Everton 2-1 in the Merseyside derby. Isak gets more minutes. Ekitike and Ryan Gravenberch, who was excellent today, steal the show. David Moyes will be left ruining that poor first half, in my opinion. We're going to break all of it down, give you my thoughts and reaction. As I said, Liverpool 5 from 5 in the Premier League. Life under Arne Slot continues to get better and better. If results go their way this weekend, Liverpool could be 6 points clear of those genuine title contenders. That is a scary thought for a team, for me, that are still only in about second, maybe third gear at the moment. Let me know how you saw today's game. Do you think that Everton just left it too late to really try and do something? Showed how much better they are when they get Jack Grealish involved. He was instrumental in the goal that did get Everton back into the game. What about that first half performance? How do you rate it? How do you see the Isak Ekitike scenario playing out as well for Liverpool? As I said, Isak came on in the second half. Arne Slot really values Curtis Jones as well in the middle of the park. Don't forget, guys, drop a like on this video if you haven't done so already. Make sure you're subscribing to the Footy Social Club as well, please, if you can. We are targeting 30,000 subscribers by the end of the season, and the march towards 13,000 is well underway. Get your thoughts, opinions down in the comments as well. Love to see those. I will make sure I respond to all of them this weekend when watching this video. So Liverpool, they started with Alisson in goal. Bradley making his first start of the season at right back alongside Konate, Van Dijk and Kirkes. Gravenberch and McAllister in the midfield. The big news going into the game was that Florian Wirtz would be on the bench alongside Alexander Isak. The scary thought that £235 million worth of talent at Arne Slot's exposure just sitting on the bench. Mo Salah, Dominic Szoboszlai, who's been used in numerous positions throughout this season, was in his more familiar number 10 role as Liverpool opted to go with what they know from last season in the Merseyside derby. Down the left, Cody Gakpo, valued by Arne Slot, not necessarily by those Liverpool fans. Some see him as a little one-dimensional. Let me know how you see Cody Gakpo. I'm a big fan of the Dutch winger. And up top, Hugo Ekitike. And look, to be honest, I thought Liverpool started fairly positive. They had obviously Atletico Madrid in midweek. They were seeing lots of the ball early on. Everton happy to let Liverpool have the ball was how it seemed. They played with just Beto up top. And for large parts of the first half, you know, their main players, Keenan Dewsbury-Hall, Jack Grealish, were fairly isolated in this game. You know, and on 10 minutes, Ryan Gravenberch put Liverpool, put the league leaders, put the champions ahead with a sublime finish. You know, people will look at this and go, it's just a bit of a chip shot, come crossbody shot. It's anything but that. The man that normally plays slightly deeper, the engine of this Liverpool team, he is so important to the way that Arne Slot plays. Linked with a summer move to Real Madrid for next year for a fee in the region of 170 million. Sorry, for 70 million, he's worth at least 170 million. But he picked up a delightful Mo Salah dinked cross and running on through the Everton defence. Finished delightfully past Jordan Pickford, and Liverpool then didn't look to be anything but a win. Hugo Ekitike makes it 2-0 on the half-hour mark, a slide-through pass, and there's Ekitike who nutmegs Jordan Pickford. And once again, that 2-0 mark, Liverpool in cruise control. We've seen it against Bournemouth We've seen it against Newcastle. We've seen it against Atletico Madrid. And for many then, you're thinking they're going to go and blow Everton out of sight. You know, it could have been 3. There was other chances as well. Everton's best chance in the first half fell to Keenan Dewsbury-Hall. Should he have done better? He probably could have done better, blasting wide when one-on-one with Alisson Becker. But other than that, Everton offered absolutely nothing in this game. Ryan Gravenberch is a serious midfielder, though. We've got to talk about him. The way he controls the tempo of what Liverpool do. You know, he can tackle, he can pass, he gets himself in and around the box, he gets goals. You know, he screens the defence really well. He starts a lot of what Liverpool do going forward as well. Liverpool, it's not that they rely on him. He's just instrumental. As I said, he's the engine of how they play. And in Hugo Ekitike, Liverpool and Arne Slot have got to work out now, you know, who is the number 9 for Liverpool. Ekitike came in for massive money. Isak came in for even more. And sure, he's got a while to go in the fitness. He was largely ineffective when he came on for Liverpool in the second half. But I love what Ekitike does. You know, he runs. You know, his work ethic is brilliant in a Liverpool shirt. He's taken to the Premier League far better than what Florian Wirtz has, that's for sure. You know, and there's goals. He's a real goal threat. And not just in the air either. He's really good with his feet. He reads the game so well for someone so young. I remember during the transfer shows in the summer when we were talking about Hugo Ekitike, Thierry Henry had mentioned that, you know, he does the sublime impeccably, but the simple stuff not so well. I think Henry, who's a Premier League great, is being made to eat his words. Hugo Ekitike looks excellent. And I wonder, as Isak starts to get himself fit, whether or not Cody Gakpo's place, who I think is brilliant, does come under threat in certain games at least. You know, do you push Ekitike out to the left so Isak can play down the middle? You know, Florian Wirtz, I think, is going to take longer to adapt to the Premier League than what many like. I feel sorry for him given that he's got a £116 million price tag. But Slot said in his pre-match presser that Wirtz, you know, has got to get used to the pace of the physicality of the Premier League. He's then got the Champions League midweek. You know, 3 days later, it's back into the Premier League. And you can see for Wirtz at the moment that it just looks a little difficult. Got himself booked in the Merseyside derby as well when he came on. You know, and unfortunately, players that have price tags are going to have, you know, media focus on them. And once again, it's no goals, it's no assists for the German international. You know it's going to come. The cream always rises to the top. But right now, I wouldn't be surprised if Arne Slot was to keep him out of the limelight, keep him out of the starting 11, give him that 25, 30 minutes in the Premier League. You might see him more in the Champions League, where the style of football is something he is more used to when he played for Bayer Leverkusen. I thought Milos Kerkez had a really good game at left back. I expected Andy Robertson to maybe start today. But Kerkez was good. Conor Bradley was really good at right back. There's far more defensive consistency with Bradley at right back, a local lad as well. You know, Frimpong sat on the bench today, and I don't think that's a bad thing, if I'm honest. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Konate and Van Dijk. Konate now is starting to look like the Konate of the one that we saw during Liverpool's title win last season. So strong at the back. It's almost a shame that Liverpool won't be able to tie him down to a new contract. But Liverpool's starting to look like the Liverpool of old when it comes to defending into the second half. And look, Liverpool gave Everton a chance. Grealish involved, and it showed when whatever Moyes said to Everton at half time, he certainly put a rocket up their backsides. They came out the better team. They came out and had a go. The Everton of the second half was not the Everton of the first half, and Grealish was far more involved. His ball into the box was knocked down really well at the back post by Njai, and Garner Gaze smashes in a right-footed shot into the top left-hand corner across Alisson, who had absolutely no chance. And at that point there, you're saying, keep going, Everton. Do more. You know, Liverpool have already, on 3 separate occasions, conceded 2 goals after being 2-0 up. But Liverpool took control. Took control of the game. They stopped Everton being able to really do anything, if I'm honest, after that goal went in. Much like what Barcelona did to Newcastle. They took control of the ball. They slowed down the play. The free kicks, the corners came. There was no real threat. And even when Van Dijk did his best to give Everton one last chance, they could not take, the opportunities. As I said, for David Moyes, there's frustrations with the ref. Grealish was booked after the 90th minute. But Everton fans in general, they applauded their team at the end. There's games that Everton are going to lose this season, but it's still been a good start. And it continues to be a great start for Arne Slot and Liverpool. Guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you haven't done so already, drop a like on this video. Make sure you're subscribing to the Footy Social Club. Are Liverpool going to go undefeated in the Premier League this season? Thanks for watching. As always, I'll see you on the next one.